Hello everybody, welcome back to the Betting League for the second day of the Yorkeeper meeting. Have a look around please, there's plenty of things on here to read and register for a few of the guys' tips. Some of those guys are pretty good and unlike me, they cost nothing. Yesterday, tips they were pretty poor, but as you can see from this, I've been up most of the night studying, see if I can get something for us today. I hope that you did latch on to one or two things I said. Place later of the day was Eagles Peak, which obviously didn't come in the first three, and then there were a few others I said to avoid, and one or two pointers I gave you. Even if I didn't give you no winners, you know, there's some things there that you could have taken from it, made a little bit of dosh. Anyway, as I said, the tips were rubbish. So I just have to remember though that prices I go for, I select, you know, big prices, and one winner will pay for the whole meeting basically at the price that I get. So you know, it's not anything to worry about yet. It's better than having half a dozen 2.5 shots that get beat and then the next one wins at 2.5, you're still out of pocket. With my way of doing it, one winner usually and we get as money back with some profit. So anyway, on to today. Hopefully, well I hope I have. I learned a few things from yesterday about the draw, how the track were favouring different styles of racing. There's been no rain near here where I live, and that's near the course, so weather's just been damp and miserable. So it won't have dried up much, but sun's coming out now a little bit, so, you know, should be about the same as yesterday, maybe a bit more tacky. So let's hope I can put a few things into practice, what I found out yesterday, and make you some wonga. On to the first race, 2 o'clock. Lots of runners without there being much in the way of class in the field, and not a race I'd be having a bet in. My thoughts on the leading contenders are that Wesley Dimon will struggle to confirm form with Magic City on £10 worse terms for half a length. So Magic City really could be a big price for a place, even though it's the rejected of the Richard Hughes runners from the Hannon stable. Bogart, last time out, didn't handle the downhill track at Goodwood, so you could really expect a bit better today, and you know, he could improve on his debut. Irish Raider Estienne, I didn't think it was particularly impressive at Nass. Crown Dependency, obvious choice, but price is too short in this size field. You know, you need a bit of luck in running, so you know, I'm not saying he won't win, but you know, I won't back him. Red Art improved steadily, but still needs to find more to figure here. If I were to have a bet, I would probably be on Missed Work of Art. Philly were progressing until the last two runs when they went stable were out of form. Now stable's back in form. If she comes back to where she's her best form, which was over course and distance, she's nicely drawn, but she's got 4 lengths to find on the fab. But that were in one of the poor runs, so I imagine she'll be close to the fab. And at 22 to 1, I think I'd rather take a chance on her than back the fab. 230, the Lowther Stakes. Best terms is unbeaten and it's progressive, but it looks a big ass today. And it looked last time as if we're coming to the end of his tender, so you know, not for me today. Only just lasted home. Extra furlong can't be in his favour, so not for me. Another not for me. Angels Will Fall. Races she's won have not been strong, and she's not looked to have lots in hand. But I'm sure Barry Hills, now he's retired, would love to go out with a bang. But I don't know if it'll be with this one today. It's hard to gauge strength of the Irish runner finally, but from what I've seen, I think this course will be too sharp. She looks like she wants 7 furlongs and more cut. Shoemos and Intrabel will be close to Gamilati now. She's got that £3 penalty, but Gamilati were fairly impressive that day. But the problem is, she showed a £20 improvement, and will she do it again today, or will she find more, or would it a flash in the pan? You don't know, and for that reason, it's a fillies race, and it's not a betting race for me, just a watching race. 305, a wide open race, lots of possibilities, and a fair few of the, shall we say, less consistent types running. Invisible Man looks to be drawn well, but you know, his level of form, except for Hunt Cup, it doesn't deserve top weight. He's one of the lesser lights from the stable. Farrier has blinkers back on, but looks a second string on jockey bookings, so not for me. Axiom came back to form last time at new stable, but still needs to find more. Alison George, very hard to win with, and now stable's back in form. He could find a little bit more, but he'd have to be really at the top of his game to win this. Monteangel has become very disappointing lately and didn't run much better when they put the visor on for the first time last time. Markazi is the Richard Hill's choice, but I don't think his level of form is good enough really to win. Pinchura is consistent, but Gelding finds it really hard to win with. Pendragon, another one who's consistent, but again, hard to win with. He should finish around where Invisible Man does. But I've narrowed it down to just 3 runners that I think have a chance, or a big chance of winning. Big chance, yeah. But to find out what they are, you need to subscribe. £29.99, and you'll get all the dross that I spout out, and hopefully a few winners. On to the next one. Right, let me just find it. I've lost it now. The 340 Yorkshire Oaks. Not a betting race for me. Vita Nova doesn't look good enough. Irish Oaks form is inconclusive and too wary of, I think. Teddy Norman gives a good shout out from Kieran. One of his jockeys is Kieran Fallon, obviously he's the agent. He thinks that Crystal Capella's got a good chance. And if I were having a bet, I probably would go with that. She's probably got the best chance on this sort of going, you know. It's going to be a bit of a slog, but it's not really a betting race for me. Galtree Stakes, Amazing Beauty, not good enough to win, and same applies to Mirror Lake and the Improving Sector Music and Spin. None of those I don't think can win. Polly's Mark, love the going, but whether she's good enough to win, I don't know. She might get a place, but there's only two really I can see winning: Wild Coco and Field of Miracles. Problem is though, as you both can see, as you all can see, or both, you might only be the two that's watching, is that they both ran pretty shocking last time. Maybe because of the firm going, maybe because of the course, who knows. And because of that reason, you can't really put anything forward to back. I would, if I were having a choice, I would have a bet. I'd go for Field of Miracles because it's a bigger price, but not a race for me. 450, longest race of the day, bit of a slog. Mountain Hiker has been steadily improving, but they've been pretty weak races, and he's got a lot of weight really for what he's done. There's not a lot to choose between Easterby Brothers runners, Itlac and Dover Flyer. Slight preference maybe for Itlac, who is unexposed over distance, so you know you can find a bit more. Oak Mountain won this last year under today's pilot, Jamie Spencer, but the race today looks a bit stronger. Plateau, been going around for a while, but they decided as the Cecil team to put blinkers on for the first time. You never know, I mean, could do it. You don't know, do you? It's a chance. Alazan, been beaten favourite too many times for my liking, so not for me. Tuscan Gold, turf form, I don't think it's as good as the all-weather form. I might need the race too, so at the prices, again, not for me. Chili Philly's interesting, move yards, and you know she's got some back form, and if they found the key to her, she would have a bit of a chance. But I've narrowed it down to two runners I think can win this. But once again, you need to be a member or subscribe to find out what they are. So put your hands in your pockets and subscribe. And if you don't do that, have a look in tomorrow and see that I've given you these winners out and you didn't subscribe, and then you'll be regretting it. I hope. See you tomorrow. Cheers.